Hello, I'm Ken Malquist. I'm a creative show director with Disney within the Disney Event Group. I've been with the company for over 25 years, and my job is to create and develop unique and immersive entertainment experiences, both for corporate clients and private families and individuals. I think what's unique about the ExDM students is that they have the ability to tell stories. Anybody goes in and they can element sell themselves. Here's what I've done, boom, 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 boom. But really, where you engage people is through the storytelling. And you also have the unique ability to understand what experiences are, what storytelling is. So find a way to tell your story, your personal story, because that will connect and engage the person that you're interviewing with. And from there, they'll want to know more. So this is interesting, what is a soft skill? And there's a whole slew of them. And one of the things I like to talk about is, what is your superpower? What is it that you do that nobody else does? So if you take time to think about what your superpower is and put it into a short sentence, a little story, and share that with individuals, they will really connect. For example, my writer, she says that she loves to hear stories, loves to tell stories, loves to watch stories, and she's been called the Swiss Army knife of storytelling. And if you need one writer, she's the one that you need. So immediately right there, someone goes, I want to hear more about this Swiss Army knife of storytellers. You know, it really depends on what position people are applying for technical skills and what they are required to do. But what I can share with you is at Disney, we work with our cast members in what we call the LMTR. Your leadership skills, your management skills, your technical skills, and your relationship skills. So leadership is how you lead people, how you empathize, how you understand the people you work with. Management is how you manage a situation. Also, your financial acumen. So if you don't like finance, you might want to take a little time to understand that, because everything does come down to budget as well as revenue. And then technical, it's not so much the technical of computer skills, but are you a problem solver? Are you somebody that is current and relevant? And then ultimately, when we're talking about relationships, really anything we do comes down to how you work with people, how you relate with people, how you understand people. So my suggestion is take some time, go through the LMTR and find out what those soft skills that you might want to use. So my best piece of advice for getting a job is don't give up. And also, don't feel like you have to have everything figured out. My career has taken me from an entertainer to film and television, to marketing, to packaging, and now back with what I do with live entertainment. So be flexible, study your passion, become excellent in what your passion is, and then follow it, and be flexible in where it takes you. So what do you need to know about a company before interviewing? I mean, obviously, if you want to talk about Disney, that can go down a whole path of conversation, discussion. But since we just have a few seconds here, really what it comes down to is LinkedIn, talking to people about those that work at that company and what their experiences and what they're looking for. But we also like to use what we call the Ben Duffy questions. And that is taking an opportunity to figure out what are those questions that the interviewer might be asking you, and preempt it. So, for example, for us, when we're working with clients, we might say, so you might hear that Disney's difficult to work with, or you might think that Disney's very expensive, too expensive to use. And we already have the answers for that, which then puts people at ease. So when you're going through that process to learn about the company, don't just learn about what the company does and who they are, but how do you fit in and what you think they might ask you during the interview so that you can be prepared right away to set them at ease. You know, it's interesting. I have kids right now that are going through the interview process, and I tell them it's okay to make a mistake because that's how you learn. So don't come down on yourself and, feel like all is lost. Move forward and learn. What I will say is when I interview somebody and that they come in and say, I want to work for Disney and I'll do anything. Well, that doesn't help me because I don't know where to put them. I don't know what to do with them. I need to have somebody that comes in and knows exactly who they are and what they do and how they can add value to our team and articulate it well. So come in prepared to sell yourself And as I say, story sell yourself. One of the best ways to learn about a company's culture, at one time it was hard, but now with so much on the internet, so much through LinkedIn and connections, I actually suggest people, instead of asking for an interview for a job, they say, I'm looking for an informational interview. I'm looking to learn more about the industry or about the company. And when they step into those interviews, that's when you start asking them about the culture, about the company. And then the other question is, who else should I talk to? Or what other companies or what other industries should I be looking at and talking to? And that way people are far more open, very receptive, and they love to help. It's another thing if you're saying, give me a job, versus give me information that will be helpful for me to move further in my career. I would say that the best way to connect and network with employers, again, LinkedIn, you make relationships through there, you start dialogue. When we went through COVID and many of us were on furlough for many months, we had never had to look for a job for 20, 30 years. And all of a sudden, this network of connecting with people and sharing stories and talking really opens up your eyes. If you don't know how to cook, well, the first step is to open a cookbook and take it step by step. The same thing is with networking. Find people, talk to them, share your information, and ask for direction and which way to go when it comes to searching out more information for your career. So a lot of people ask, what's it like to work for Disney? Well, I liken it to what it's like attending BYU. Not everybody can get into BYU. There's some really high standards. And so when you get to BYU, more is expected of you. Well, the same thing is at Disney. It's not enough to be able to juggle. You have to be able to juggle, ride a unicycle up and down the stairs. So a lot is expected, which then really pushes you to be your best, to really explore, to continue to grow and develop. Now, in my personal division, I really love the fact that we are there to support each other. Nobody can fail. Can we make mistakes? Yes, but we're there to support each other. And I also talk about surrounding yourself with the experts. I don't have to be the one that comes up with every single idea or solution, but if I can bring people around me and I can inspire them to come up with those solutions, to make my ideas better, that's the collaborative experience. And so for me in my division, collaboration is really, really critical. And I would say that Disney can be a jealous mistress. A lot is expected out of you. And one piece of advice I would give to people is the work-life balance is up to you. You need to really find a way to balance that and to find a way to get your work completed, but also make sure that you find other hobbies, other experiences, and other joys and love outside of your work, whatever that is. Work will come and go. Work was made for you. You were not made for work. Find your joy in the most possible, best place for you, both in your work and out of your work.